Lambeau Field is one of the most challenging road conditions in the NFL, with opponents frequently facing sub-zero temperatures. So here are the 10 coldest NFL games ever. What is the NFL's coldest game? No NFL game has ever been as frigid as this one. The 1967 NFL Championship between the Cowboys and Packers in Green Bay was named the Ice Bowl for a reason. The game's temperature was 13 degrees below zero, per NFL Communications. But that didn't stop 50,861 fans from filling Lambeau Field. Neither team moved the ball well. Despite winning the game 21-17, Green Bay had 195 total yards to Dallas's 192. Green Bay's next game was in considerably better weather. The Packers moved on to play the Raiders in Miami, where it was 60 degrees. The coldest NFL game ever? The thermostat at Lambeau Field was minus 13, but it seemed significantly colder to that inside. The wind chill was minus 48 degrees, according to NFL Communications. The report stated that the field was practically frozen due to a layer of moisture forming between the covering and the field. Packers running back Chuck Merson said that AstroTurf was like a pillow. Where was the coldest NFL game? It was at Lambeau Field. Green Bay hosted some of the NFL's coldest games. According to StatHead, the average playoff temperature at Lambeau Field is only 21.8 degrees. The Rams game on January 16th was the warmest at 35. It was only one of two playoff games played at the stadium that were above freezing. Up first, we have the Cowboys versus the Packers. The Ice Bowl was the coldest when it was played, and it still is. While the NFL has negative games before, none have been minus double digits. The Chargers versus the Bengals. The Chargers had to play in the freezing cold of Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, while the weather in San Diego was 70 degrees. It was minus 9, and with a wind chill, minus 32. In that weather, San Diego's top scoring and yardage offense froze, scoring only one score on 300 total yards with 4 turnovers. Up next, we have the Seahawks at the Vikings in 2016. Yes, 34 years later, another game registered minus 34 degrees Fahrenheit. The Seahawks played the Vikings in an NFC wildcard game at TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The temperature was minus 6 degrees Fahrenheit with a wind chill of minus 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite being better used to the cold than the Seahawks, Minnesota had no advantage on the field. Seattle's offense gained 226 yards, while Minnesota's only gained 183. The Seahawks won 10-9 to go to the Panthers round. In the number 3 spot, we have the Bears versus the Vikings on December 3rd. 2 regular season NFL games were below zero. Both were in Minnesota. In the same season too, both minus 2 degrees. The first came against the NFC North rivals, the Bears, in Week 12. Metropolitan Stadium had a wind chill of minus 15. The Vikings kicked 3 field goals and the Bears added another as Minnesota edged Chicago 23-10 to get to 7-5. In the number 4 spot, we have the Packers against the Vikings, December 10th. Another icy Minneapolis afternoon. Again, the Vikings Stadium hosted a chilly game. The Vikings had another sub-zero game like this before. They couldn't stand up against the Packers, who had just crushed the Lions 33-7 in 13-degree weather at Lambeau Field. The Packers outscored Minnesota 23-7 in the second half, and the Vikings scored 144 yards to Green Bay's 270. The Giants at the Packers in January 20th was also a freezing cold game. Brett Favre's farewell game in Green Bay was a fairly chilly affair, with a chilly minus 1 degree temperature and a chilly minus 23 wind chill. Green Bay had only 28 rushing yards, and Favre only had 236 throwing yards, while Eli Manning had 134 rushing and 251 passing. The Giants won on a field goal by Lawrence Tynes, his third of the game, to advance to the Super Bowl, where they beat the Patriots. Up next, we have the Raiders versus the Packers. It's like being shut out. The Raiders flew from sunny Los Angeles, where it was 58 degrees before kickoff, to Lambeau Field, where it was 0 degrees with a wind chill of minus 20. That day, the thermometer wasn't the only zero. The Raiders only had 182 yards of offense, 4 turnovers, and 0 points, while the Packers had 329 yards and 28 points. In the number 6 spot, we have the Raiders against the Bills in January 15th. The Raiders will endure more cold weather that season, but they were better prepared. The Raiders were certainly more prepared for the elements when they traveled to Buffalo, where it was 0 degrees with a wind chill of minus 14. They scored 2 touchdowns in the second quarter and led 17-13 at halftime and 23-22 going into the fourth. However, a 22-yard touchdown throw from Jim Kelly gave the Bills a 29-23 lead that they held onto for the win. The Bills outgained the Raiders 355-325. In the number 7 spot, we have the Steelers at the Bengals on December 10th. In addition to the AFC Championship at Riverfront, the Bengals have hosted numerous other notable frigid games. The next coldest was in Week 13 of the 1977 regular season between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh at Riverfront Stadium. It was 0 degrees with a wind chill of -17. In a matchup of two future NFL MVPs, Ken Anderson edged Terry Bradshaw 17-10 with a third-quarter touchdown pass. Anderson threw for 303 yards and Bradshaw 246 with a pick six. In the number 8 spot, we have Cowboys at Broncos on December 18th. The Chiefs' record for the coldest game at Arrowhead Stadium is December 18th, 1983 versus the Broncos. The stadium's temperature was 1 degree Celsius with a wind chill of -19 degrees Celsius. Only the fans of the hometown Chiefs felt the warmth of the victory. Kansas City jumped out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter and never looked back, defeating Denver 48-17. Bill Kenny and Theodis Brown both scored multiple touchdowns for the Chiefs, while John Elway threw 4 interceptions. In the NFL, few locals produce colder weather than Green Bay and Wisconsin. StatHead says that the Packers and the Bears have the most games played in the temperature of 10 degrees or less. Only Green Bay has had games in the negatives. The Ice Bowl was the record for the coldest game. Packer home games below 10 degrees are 6-5. There are 74-32 in games played in temperatures below 0. Of course, the Packers last hosted a team in sub-0 degree temperatures, and it was the 49ers in the playoffs in 2014. They'll be hoping for a better outcome on Sunday, and that the Packers can finally upset the 49ers in the playoffs. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. I'll see you guys next time, and have a great day. Peace.